Hey everyone, welcome to our new series on how to build a raised bed or planter using standard lumber. If you've been searching the internet for how do I make a raised bed or how do I build a raised bed or even how do I build that raised planter box, we can show you how to make a durable, affordable, perfect box for garden shrubs or any type of use. You're definitely in the right place. These designs work great for full raised bed or an in-ground or standalone raised bed planter box on legs or your patio or porch. My wife gave me this project to replace our two older planters that have rotted out over time. They held some of our favorite shrubs on our patio. We're going to go ahead and build sturdy raised beds or planters with 4x4 corner posts featuring what's called a dado joint. If you aren't familiar with that, it's just a slot type joint that increases the strength and longevity of a wood built frame. So we're going to build those raised beds and planters with those posts, and then we'll add 2x4 frames on the top and the bottom, and between those we're going to go ahead and put fir or pine slats that we'll paint for overall longevity. No raw wood, we could do that. It's a little more expensive if you use redwood or cedar, but in this case we're just gonna paint it to match the ones that exist. So in this series we'll focus on building the joints, those dado joints that I talked about, in different ways that you can make them. You can use them, make them with a table saw, with a dado blade like I'll do, or you can use a router or even just a chisel and hammer. And although we're using modern power tools, these things have been made for hundreds of years the same way, with a chisel and hammer. So you don't need electricity. If you want to go old school, you can do that. It's kind of a fun project. And these corner pieces will be really versatile, and just the corner pieces will allow you to do a raised bed or a raised planter box, depending on how you dimension it out, depending on how you finish the base. So let's go ahead and dive in to get you building that raised bed or planter and have some fun. Before we list out specifics, let's talk about choosing the right lumber: fir, redwood, or pressure treated. Fir, like Douglas fir, is affordable. It's the 2x4s that you see at Home Depot or Lowe's. It's strong, widely available, and it's great for painted projects. It soaks up and holds that paint really good. It resists warping over time. But let's make a statement: it's not naturally rot resistant. So you have to paint it or seal it if you're going to put it outside and use it outdoors. Redwood would be a premium choice. It's naturally rot and insect resistance due to the oils that are contained within the wood. And it's got a beautiful grain that can be left natural, and then over time it creates kind of a grayish tone. But it's much more expensive, and depending where you live, it's kind of hard to find. So the last option is pressure treated lumber. It's budget friendly, chemical treated, and it'll withstand moisture and pests, and it's ideal for ground contact parts, like maybe the corner posts in your raised bed. It'll last decades if you build it right. And just a note of caution though, when you're cutting or pressure treated lumber, you got to wear a dust mask and gloves. There's chemicals in there that you can inhale, which is not good. You can get it in your eyes and can be irritated, and can contain chemicals like copper or arsenic. So you want to work in a well-ventilated area, avoid inhaling that dust, and clean up really thoroughly. And don't burn the scraps. Those are toxins and they'll go right into the air. So here's what we'll need for our project. We're going to do about 27 inch by 27 inch raised planter. And we'll grab one 8-foot 4x4 post, and we'll cut this into 24-inch pieces for the corners. So that'll give us a 24, probably 26-inch high planter. We're going to need 2x4 boards for the bottom and top frames, 8 pieces total that we'll cut to length in the sides and ends. And then we'll need a 3/4 inch panel. I'm going to use 6-inch pine slats. Enough to fill the slides based on my height, so I'll have 3 slat pieces that we'll put in. And then we'll need screws, wood glue, some tools, and paint supplies for later episodes. A quick pro tip: remember when you're buying this dimensional lumber, it's not exactly the size it's named. So a 4x4 is actually 3.5 by 3.5 inches. 2x4s are 1.5 by 3.5. And you always want to measure your pieces when planning your cuts and joints to avoid surprises and bad fitting joints. So expect to spend anywhere from $50 to $200 depending on the size, location, and what type of lumber you're buying. Remember, always wear gloves when you're handling that treated lumber. Now let's make those corner pieces from our 8-foot 4x4. These posts are the foundation of our raised planter, and cutting that long piece into 4 24-inch sections really minimizes waste and ensures that all our legs are uniform in height so we don't get a wonky, wobbly planter. We'll cut them to length and add the dado joints where the side panels will slot in. Those dado joints are grooves cut across the grain and are perfect for a strong seamless connection without the nails showing if you want. The corner pieces allow for either that raised bed or planter, depending. You can resize it based on what you see today. And for this particular method, we're going to use our radial arm saw for initial cuts. So we'll cut those 4 24-inch pieces. And then we'll use a table saw with a dado blade. I just happen to have one for the grooves. It's an efficient and precise method, makes nice clean grooves. If you don't have these, remember, don't worry. Future episodes will cover using a router or a chisel for making those joints. And this can be done by hand, but I always use projects as an excuse to go out and buy some new tools, so hopefully you'll do that too. So let's get into a step-by-step. Step 1, we'll measure and cut our 8-foot 4x4 into 4 21-inch pieces. That'll give us about a 24 to 27-inch high bed once we put those 2x4s on top. And this is great for a small garden, great for a porch, or for our purposes, we're going to put shrubs in there for the patio. And these lengths give room for the bottom frame, so if you wanted to make a raised bed, you can cut 4 post holes and put these corners in as well to set that up. So we'll go ahead and set our fence, put the wood in, and we'll make a mark and pull the blade through really smoothly. Always remember, measure twice, cut once, right? My father-in-law always told me this. So we'll go ahead and mark our dado locations on each post. We'll mark the grooves on 2 adjacent faces for the sides and ends. For our design, each dado will be 16 inches long. So that's roughly enough for 3 of those panels once they're cut to size. And those slats will slide right in side by side and give us a little bit of wiggle room. I'll explain in later videos why we cut the slats a little bit, or why we left a little bit of width there. And it's really because the top and bottom are going to have dado cuts too. You don't need to do that, and we'll talk about that in later videos. For now, just set up that 16-inch dado and we'll go ahead and cut it. We'll space those groups. The dado will be centered on the center of the wood. Remember, it's not 4 inches, it's 3.5. So 1.75 will be the center of that dado. So it'll be 3/4 inches wide and a 1/2 inch deep. Now we'll go ahead and cut the dados. We'll align that 16-inch mark and see where it's at on the cut, and then we'll bring it back and run it through and stop when our 16-inch cut mark on the table matches the 16-inch cut on the wood. And we'll run these 4x4s through, picking them up at the 16-inch mark, put them through, and you'll see there's beautiful cuts with nice smooth transition. Now, what happens with the table saw when you're cutting a dado, you get a curve at the end, right? So I don't want that. I want a nice squared off slot for my slats to go in nice and easy. So we'll go ahead and square the dado ends. That rounded corner is pretty easy to do. I'll grab a 3/4 inch chisel and a mallet, and we'll go ahead and tap it gently and create kind of a perfect fit for the slat. And as you do this, you can slowly chip it out and equal the depth and width of your dado cut. So there you have it. That's four 24-inch corner posts with a perfect fit dado joint. You can make these joints bigger, but note the larger you make the dado joint width-wise, the more you get some weakness in the sides. So 3/4 inch wood is nice. And you can actually find fence slats made out of redwood or cedar at Home Depot or Lowe's that you can use in here as well. So as mentioned, although we're using that dado blade for those quick clean grooves, there are other ways to do it, and we'll talk about those, as I mentioned, in further episodes. So that's episode 1 wrapped up. You've got your lumber, you've got your corner pieces now, so these are the heart of that raised bed. And next time in episode 2, we'll build out the 2x4 cross supports, and we'll show you how you can cut them to length, add those matching dados to kind of do seamless joints on the upper and lower portion. And please follow along, share your progress in the comments. Let me know if you have any other questions, and your tips if you've got some. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for a full series on how to build this raised bed or planter. Remember, safety always, and happy building for that garden.